you're not here, you missing out. This show.
Hi, this is Cassandra Golden. I love wrestling, you love wrestling, and we love wrestling.
Welcome to Women on Wednesday. Today, it's a Golden Wednesday. We have a golden person with us.
Yeah.
We have the BellaDonna's champion, Miss Cassandra Golden. How are you doing today?
I'm doing well. How are you doing?
I'm doing great myself. Let me get my first question out the way. First two I always ask before we get into it is, why do you love wrestling, and what started your love for wrestling?
Well, I love wrestling from just the feeling that it gives me. A lot of people say it's kind of like an escape from their own like real life. It's just something that I know I can go to, and if I'm feeling down, I'm feeling sad, I can just turn on some wrestling and I can just feel like almost instantly better, or at least after like a match or two. The feeling of just like wrestling and like watching wrestling and being able to wrestle, it's just like incomparable to like anything else that you can really imagine.
How long have you had this love for wrestling?
Well, I would say I first really started watching wrestling in like 2005 is when I first started watching it. I tell the story all the time, but I just think it's so funny. Is that I didn't really watch wrestling at first. It was always my sister and my dad's thing. I wouldn't make fun of it, but sometimes I would because she was so into it. And I just thought it was like the funniest thing about how she was always just so into wrestling. And I finally just sat down and I watched like the Royal Rumble 2005, and I was just like amazed by this. Like after that, I started intruding on their like bonding personal time by wanting to do it too. But that's when I first started watching, was around 2005, and it was kind of a family thing for me and my dad and my sister. My mom liked it too, but not as much as everybody else did.
So being it's your sister, she was really into it. How does your sister feel now that you wrestling and everything?
She doesn't watch it, but she's always super excited for me. She's like my biggest supporter, I would say, for sure. She's so excited for me.
Okay. So Cassandra Golden, the golden one.
Yes.
How do we get to the golden one? How did the name come about?
That's actually just my real name. I had a moniker like before. I had like a stage name before, and then everybody's like, why are you not using your real name? It's so much better. It used to be Aria Alexander, and it's like, your real name is so much better than that. Just use that. And I was like, okay, fine. And then I just started using that.
I did see the Aria Alexander. Now it's I think Ari Alexander, maybe.
There is there is somebody like Ari Alexander.
Yeah.
They're wrestlers now, yeah.
Okay.
So I guess it's good that I changed that. Because we would have like the same name.
So let's get in. Where did you get started wrestling at, or how did you get into wrestling?
Well, initially I went to Lance Storm School in Canada. After that, I took a long break and I didn't wrestle until like the next year. And then when I came back, I'm from Arkansas. I live in Georgia now, but I'm from Arkansas. And then after my break for a couple of months, I trained with Action Jackson. He's a wrestler in Arkansas. He's a great guy. And then after a while, I started to train at then the Power Factory. I moved from Arkansas to Georgia to train here. I'm to go to the Power Factory. Now it's the Nightmare Factory, but at the time it was the Power Factory.
So you one of those, one of the people that we call like was grandfathered into the Nightmare Factory.
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay. You said in Arkansas. What part of Arkansas are you from?
I'm from Sherwood, Arkansas.
Never heard of it.
It's near Little Rock. I always say Little Rock if somebody asks me, but I'm technically from Sherwood.
Okay. So getting started, you said you started training with Lance Storm and then you took a year off. How is it training with, to me, Lance Storm, like one of the top technical wrestlers that was out there? So how was it training with him there?
It was very cool. It was very surreal. Like even looking back on it, it's like, did that actually happen? I don't think you can learn basics from a better person than like Lance Storm. A lot of it was our first time like doing anything in the ring. Quite a few people there had former experience, but a lot of us were new, and it's just like being able to just get that basic information and like psychology from Lance was really important. And it's something that I'm glad that I was able to do. I wish I could do it again and just take a second round of it just at my where I am now, but it was an amazing experience. He's pretty funny too, you know.
I heard him one day on Twitter Spaces. I was like, "This the Lance Storm that was." If I could have a moment to be
Right.
serious back in the day, so
I
that's
can be
great.
serious for a moment, yeah.
Yeah. Do you still keep in touch with him?
I actually know I haven't spoken to him in a long time. I probably should just to like send like a match or two. I bet he would be really surprised as far as like my the journey so far. My dog's barking. My journey so far. So I probably should. He'd probably be really like surprised about where I am and you know everything like that.
Okay. So grandfather then at the Powerhouse Factory. Uh, if people watch, they should know when AEW first started, you was showing up there on AEW Dark. Um, I believe you had a match on Impact with Kylie Ray, if I'm correct.
I did. Mm-hmm.
Okay. I follow Impact, and I was like, I believe she was in the match, but I'm not sure.
Yeah, that was
Um,
me.
how was that AEW experience?
So my first match was against Sheeta, and that was amazing. It was like before the pandemic, and like the crowds were there, and it was just like I don't. It was I don't know. I can't. I don't even have the words to describe like what that experience was. Like the backstage, everybody was amazing. Sheeta's the sweetest person. It was just, and then like having the actual crowd there just to like see everybody like in the crowd, and I was able to do it like before the pandemic. It was an amazing experience. Everybody was so nice, so helpful, and so kind. It was amazing.
Talk about AEW, but something that was interesting, a show come on Saturdays. I usually watch around noon. I saw you on Championship Wrestling from Memphis.
Yeah.
So I don't know. It seemed like you were in a lot of intergender matches at a point there, wrestling men down in Memphis. How do you feel about intergender matches? Because you was beating up some of them men that you was facing.
I like intergender wrestling. I think it's really cool concept, especially since like I'm a lot bigger than a lot of the women I wrestle. Being able to like get in there with like the guys, it I think it's cool. It pushes me to do different things. I don't always have to be that big girl in the matches because I'm wrestling a guy who's either like as big or bigger than me, so I get a chance to do a different style. I think it's cool. I enjoy it. I wish I could do more intergender wrestling actually.
Okay. Well, so I've been watching Championship Wrestling from Memphis. Are you still there?
I was actually there this past Sunday. I don't think my episode's going to air until April. I
Oh,
haven't
okay.
been there in a while, until
Okay.
like last year. But I was just there, and it'll air, I think, the first weekend in April.
Okay. Okay. Back
Yeah.
on the show. That's good. That's good to
Yeah.
hear. Uh, should we talk about that yet? Yeah, let's talk about it. So,
I know what you're
when the people watch this or listen to this, February 12th, it was a Say It Loud event. It's there. I was like, yeah, I'm here at the place. And that week, if you watched Women on Wednesday, we had Shalance Royale on. And she just, you know what? If you don't mind, let me just, I'm going to bring it up because I don't
Okay.
want to put words in her mouth or anything. I just want to be truthful with what she said and everything. So let's see. But I don't know if I'm the reason this started, but they have been having some Illinois about a couple hours from me. So, I've seen some of the events they got coming up. So I may pop up one day, see you as champ. And I won't lie, it was confusing because I was like, I could have sworn a BellaDonna's division champion was just crowned. Now, I don't know. Shalane Satan took her belt or just a different one, and I had to look into it, and they was like, it's IWA BellaDonna's division. I was like, oh, so there's two champions out here with two different brands. I was like, okay. So I got to ask this. You want Cassandra Golden's belt?
Oh, of course. I felt like if I was at the show where she was when she got it, she wouldn't have gotten it. I would have. It just so happens that I had another booking and I couldn't make it. So, I just think it goes to show, like, since I have that one, I mean, I beat her to get that one.
So back to your question you just asked, you were the started that. It was completely your fault.
I don't think I started it. I watched the wrestling, so I had to ask the question.
You're just being a journalist. I dig it.
Being a wrestling fan also, because so when it happened, BellaDonna's division down there in Atlanta, Alabama, I believe you beat 3 people that night to win the belt.
Uh-huh.
And I was like, all right, Cassandra Golden got the title.
4.
4 people. 4 matches. And then when the thing happened in Illinois, I was like, she beat Cassandra, but she just went through a grueling tournament. So I was confused. But first, how do you feel about the disrespect Shalon has been giving you?
Listen, she's a lot of talk. Okay, if she can do anything, this girl can talk. So I'm gonna have to give her that. She can hype herself up. I love that for her. I do. I really do. But the thing is, I think it's coming to an end. At her last match she hit Kylan with the belt as well. So she technically won her match, but she still lost her championship title opportunity. So people are getting used to her ways. They get it. So it seems like the only way she can win is if she cheats. She has her way. She has her style. So next time we wrestle, it's gonna be a different thing, because I'm gonna know what to look out for and all that other jazz. So she needs to step her game up a little bit more next time she wants to wrestle me. This is what I gotta say.
Okay. I mean, got nothing against that, Talk your talk. But let's talk about the night that you won a championship. 4 matches. I mean, tournament. You went all the way to the end, won a championship. How was that feeling for you?
It was amazing. I wrestled 4 great girls. It was Jay Lee, and then Renee Michelle, Heather Monroe, and Ray Lynn. Like, I feel like everybody knows those 4 girls. It was an amazing experience. It's just that locker room in general, just being around all these women who are just so good at what they do. For me, it makes me want to step my game up. It makes me want to be better. And just to be able to be put in a way, an opportunity to be able to wrestle them and just show what I can do. It was an amazing feeling. I was so overwhelmed. I don't know if anybody saw, there was an interview I did afterwards, and I was just so overwhelmed with emotion, just trying to do the interview right after. It was a great feeling. It was amazing. I love the BellaDonna division.
And the BellaDonna division, it did just start up last year. You're the first, the inaugural champion. How does it feel that they put that faith into you to basically carry the brand, the BellaDonna division?
It was a great feeling, because sometimes everybody's hard on themselves. Everybody's their worst critic. But just to be able to be put in a position where people trust me, and then they trust me to be the face of the division and the first champion, it really helped me think of myself in a better light. Not in better light, excuse me, in a higher light, that maybe I'm doing pretty well, and people trust me to be able to carry this. And it's a beautiful belt too. Just from looking at it, I'm not sure if you've seen it, but it's a beautiful belt, and it just really makes me feel proud of being the wrestler that I am. Is that they trust me to be able to be the first champion of the division.
Here's a plug, guys. If I haven't seen the belt, April 16th, Mount Vernon, Illinois, BellaDonna division. I will be there to see the belt in person. So
yeah, that's gonna be awesome.
I saw that come across my timeline. I was like, the Alabama trip is a little far, but Mount Vernon, Illinois is down the street, so I can check that event out. It's a great card. I think ringside are $20, general admission $10. Get there. Doors at 6. Show starts at 7. Oh, I was gonna ask you a random question.
Mm-hmm.
Golden grams or golden crisps?
Golden crisps. I don't think I know what a golden crisp is.
The cereal?
Oh, golden grams. I don't think I've ever had golden crisp. Are those like little cookies?
Yeah.
The
What?
cookie cereal?
You never had the cookies? All right. Okay.
Are those the cookies? The little cookies?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, they are. And you never had them?
I've never had them. I don't really eat cereal. I eat you see Cheerios and Cocoa Puffs are my favorite cereal. That's really all I'll eat. Or Fruit Loops sometimes, but
Cheerios.
the only Cheerios had lots and lots of sugar with them.
That's facts. I eat Cheerios with lots of sugar and Fruit Loops. Never had Golden Crisp. That messes up everything. Favorite Golden Girl?
Favorite Golden Girl? Ooh, that's a hard one. Let's see. I'm gonna have to go with I like Rose or Sophia.
Okay. All right. The big gold belt from WCW or AEW's title with all the gold in it?
Ooh. I'm gonna go with the big gold just from nostalgia reasons. I gotta go with the big gold.
Okay. And my last question, I lean in for this one. The Rock or Stone Cold?
The Rock. You see my shirt? Wait, hold on, you can't see it. But I got on my Rock shirt today.
Hey. Hey. You're the second person this year to pick The Rock, so I'm happy. You're one of my favorite people now. Greatness, yes. The Rock. All right. Here's some more random questions. It's not a choice, but it's just if you were not doing wrestling, what would you be doing?
Oof. That's hard. I don't know. I would probably have to figure something I would like to do. I can't imagine myself doing anything else, but I might go back to school and do something with like computer science or coding. I realized my senior year of college that's kind of something that I was interested in, but I didn't stay the extra year to finish. So I'd probably go back and try to finish that. I could technically still do that now, but I'd probably look a little bit more into it if I wasn't wrestling.
Favorite cheat day meal?
Oh, let's see. Probably, I love Chipotle. Like Chipotle and just watching something like on Netflix.
Chipotle for real?
I love me some Chipotle. Like that's a really bad addiction for me is Chipotle. I can eat Chipotle every day. Like really.
Oh, okay.
I love Chipotle.
All right. Favorite TV show right now? Do you watch TV? One? Favorite TV show?
Favorite TV show? I have a lot, but I'm gonna have to say I love Bob's Burgers. It's like my favorite. I love Bob's Burgers.
I like Bob's Burgers. That's a good choice.
Yeah.
Last movie that you've seen?
Last movie that I saw?
Yes.
Wow. It was probably Joker. It was probably Joker, and that was forever ago. I haven't been to the movies in so long.
But that was a great movie.
Yeah, it was. It was a really good movie.
All right.
I think it's like on HBO Max, so I think I saw it recently, like at home. But that was like the last movie I saw like in theaters. Was Joker.
It is on HBO Max. I watched it about 3 weeks ago.
Yeah.
So it is Women's History Month. Before we close out here, I said, do you consider yourself to be a role model to women?
To like see myself as a role model?
Yes, to women.
try to be, especially for the most part, especially at shows. I'm always like the good guy, and I really like that part about my character because I always try to be a good influence and a good role model, especially to the kids. I feel like I have a large child fan base, so I am glad that I can really portray that in my character as who I am as a good guy, is that that you can be strong and powerful, and a lot of times I'm always like happy and smiley in my matches too, at least at the beginning. So I try to at least be a role model, especially for the people in the audience and for people who do consider themselves as fans. So if I'm not always, I at least try to be in my head anyway.
No problem. Every time that I've seen you, you're always smiling.
Yeah.
So you got a good energy about you, and that's a great thing to have. One of the last questions I do ask: if you could wrestle 3 independent wrestlers, who would you face?
3 independent wrestlers?
Yes.
Let's see. One, I'm wrestling next month, Kylan. I've been wanting to wrestle her. I'm excited for that. And then Queen Aminata is somebody else that I've also been wanting to wrestle. And Willow is somebody that I've been wanting to wrestle too. So. And I would have my hands full, that's for sure. Oh, and probably we said 3, but I want to throw Trisha Dora in there too. Right. Those are definitely choices. Those are all amazing women. I would love to get a chance. I know I would learn so much from them. They're all just so talented. I would love to wrestle them just to even just learn from them. They're all so talented.
Good matches. Good matches. I'm gonna leave it there.
I'm so excited.
It's called our put yourself over moment. This is where you let us know your social media, Instagram, Twitter, any ways that people can support you. If you got new t-shirts, anything you have coming up, we just want you to put yourself over.
Sounds good. On Instagram, you can reach me at _Cassandra_Golden_. You can also reach me at Twitter, just Cassandra Golden, Facebook, Cassandra Golden. I also have merch. I have a couple of shirts left. I'm all out of pictures, but you can go to my big cartel, Cassandra Golden, and reach out to me there if you're interested in some merchandise, or just to say hello, on Instagram or just anything like that. You can just reach out to me at those places. Pretty easy. This is my name.
Ooh. Reach out to her, buy a shirt, comment, like.
Yeah. Follow, subscribe, all that. Well, not subscribe yet. I do plan on coming out with a YouTube channel. It hasn't happened yet, but be on the lookout for that. One day, I'm gonna come out with it. I've been saying that forever, but I'm eventually gonna do it.
You faced Promise Braxton at the Say It Loud event?
Jocelyn Navarro.
Jocelyn Navarro, because Jocelyn was cussing out the kids. With this, guys, I do have clips from that match. So if you're watching this, click the link that's right over there. And you can check out her match with Jocelyn Navarro from the Say It Loud event. Let me ask you, how did you feel about being at the all-black event?
What was the last part? I'm sorry.
How did you feel about being at an all-black event?
About what? How
did you feel about being at a Say It Loud event?
It was an amazing experience. I don't think I've ever been at an all-black show before. Just thinking quickly on it, I don't think that I ever have. But everybody there was so talented. Everybody there, every match I thought was great, and the setting was amazing too. Outside, underneath those trees, it was such a cool visual. out there, and they really took good care of us. You know, they had us somewhere to stay, and like they fed us. It was a really great experience. Everybody was so nice, and it was like my first like all Black event too. I definitely wish I could have like more of those. It was great. It was great to have that camaraderie around in the back with everybody.
More Black events, more Black settings, all 2022. Cassandra Golden, the golden one. Again, thank you for giving us this time. April 16th, I will make sure that I come up and say hi. And see what I'm gonna call it your division, the BellaDonna's division, is doing. It's funny you said that because Queen Aminata just got announced to be there April 16th also.
Right.
Hey sis, how you doing? Because if she see this. But yeah, I'll be in the building to see that. So another great show. And that's it. Just thank you for giving us this time. I'm sorry about you and Shalonce's beef. I'm sorry about that. But y'all will both be there April 16th. You think y'all gonna have a run-in?
More than likely. I'm gonna say more than likely, because knowing her, she can't keep her mouth shut. And then I don't know. So we'll have to see. More than likely there's gonna be some type of interaction moment, something like that. I'm betting on it.
Were you both at the Powerhouse Factory together?
Yes.
See, it's been there all the time.
I know there's always been tension, but it's just boiling up. It's always been tension.
All right. If you're watching this, I'm telling you, after that event, come back to the YouTube. I usually take videos of what goes on at the event, and I'll update you guys. But the golden one, Miss Golden, thank you for giving me this time. Like I always say, if you're listening on the YouTube, great. If you're listening on the podcast form, come to the YouTube to see the video. And I'm Trey D. And like I always say, if I love wrestling and you love wrestling, then we love wrestling. It's too sweet for the culture.
Tell me when to go.
Wrestling and you love wrestling, then we. You're not here, you missing out. Is this show?